Welcome to another session of LearnToBuildIt.com. I'm your host, Steve Kirscher, and today I'm going to be talking about the video where I kind of just go over an overview of Visual Studio, Windows IoT, and sending it to your Raspberry Pi. So to start with, I have the IoT Dashboard open. This is how you set up your Windows IoT on your Raspberry Pi. Once you, right here, set up your new device, your device will be in here. You can open your device in the portal, and what will happen is you'll be able to take your program that you write and you'll be able to put it to your device. Now, you don't need this open for testing, but I find out a lot of times that it's quicker to just actually send the app there. So we will be using this again in a little bit here. So here is from Adafruit sample that you can find on the Windows IoT site. This is Blinky. I renamed it and modified it in my last video to Home IoT. So we'll open that in Visual Studio 2015. Now you don't need Enterprise, that happens to be what I'm using, but you know, the free community one will do everything you need it to do. So what this does is it gives you a nice little sample for your one Blinky light. In this case, like I said, one of my other videos, you'll see I modified this and have it hooked to an Arduino through a network, things like that. But I'm not really showing you much about that at this point. What I'm trying to show you in this one is just the basics of being able to do this program and do everything you need. So, you know, if you just take their default program, you don't do anything to it. Now, I modified stuff. You know, I modified the code a little bit. I added, as you see in my other video, I added some things. You know, you can just send this thing right to it if you would like. So in this case, I'm loading the designer just to kind of show you there's my program that I'm running, or will be. Having a little slowdown here. But what you want to do is you want to click on Remote Machine, and then you want to put the IP address that you have in here so that the Visual Studio automatically knows to go to your Windows IoT device at that IP address. But anyway, in this case, here is my screen that you've seen in my other video. I just have a logo, you know, and the temp and the tilt. By hitting this play button, it will automatically send it to the Windows IoT device, and it will automatically play. So now in the video down below, you'll see as this starts to load, and this can take some time. Down here, you'll see its deploy is started, so it is doing anything that it has to do, compiling any of that stuff, and then it will send it to the device. Now, as you see with the device in the bottom corner, you will see that there is the Raspberry Pi default Windows IoT software on it. As this deploys, it will change. So as you can see, it said deploy succeeded down here, and it is starting to run. And on the Windows IoT Raspberry Pi device here, you can see it has now got rid of the default application, and it's starting to run this. Now, this is a live application running on here, but debugging inside of Visual Studio. So if you have an error or something happens, it can't do something, it will be able to pop up inside of Visual Studio and bring up the code right at the location that is airing out. So there's your software on there, and it is running. You can see up here, I can hit stop, pause, but if you would put a break mark in or anything inside of Visual Studio, you would be able to have it stop at a certain section of the screen so that you can check stuff too as it's loading. When I hit stop on this, what it'll end up doing is, if you notice on the Raspberry Pi, it automatically shut that application off, and now Visual Studio will shut down. Now that's great when you want to do some debugging. However, when you want to when you don't want to wait for some of these hiccups, you know, with the network or my computer being slow today, you can just do a straight up deploy solution. And this is where logging in through this is nice, because when you log into your device, you can come in and see the apps that are deployed to your Raspberry Pi. So in this case, you could have more than one app deployed. As you can see, these are apps that are actually on here. Here's my home IoT, and I can then just hit the start button on this, and as you see on the Raspberry Pi, it automatically starts that one. Now, because I did not say that was the default, it will go away the next time I reboot or shut down my Raspberry Pi. But I also can hit the set as default button, and this will then be the default application that loads every time the Raspberry Pi boots up. So it's pretty basic and simple to use. Grab the Blinky code. It's right on the Windows IoT site. Load it in Visual Studio. If you don't have Visual Studio, get it. You can get the community. It is free. You do not have to purchase that. And then you can run this test. Pretty simple. Right to your device. You can start saving it. And because I'm using the 7-inch touchscreen, I am able to make buttons now on here and make things clickable. Thanks for watching.